Is global warming a real problem affecting the whole world? Or is it just a strategy for political purposes? Should we do something about it? Or is it something that does not matter at all? All research made indicates an undeniable reality. Although the apparently most comfortable attitude is to deny global warming, never minding possible solutions, preferring a false peace of mind before the urgency of taking care of our planet, climate change is a terrifying truth. The greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, among others, generated by human activities, mix with the atmosphere and cover the earth like a blanket. They are evenly distributed throughout the upper layers of the atmosphere. Definitely, mankind is causing the phenomenon. The burning of fossil fuels, the rapid deforestation, among other things, are causing and worsening this phenomenon. Our comfortable and carefree way of living creates gases which interfere with the cycle of life on our planet. These gases in the atmosphere produce the effect of an enormous greenhouse. The retention of energy coming from the sun is increasing. The temperature of the earth is increasing faster than ever. An increase of only 1 degree per century can have disastrous consequences, but the temperature change is even faster than that, especially at the poles. It can only be stopped with immediate action. The polar ice caps are melting rapidly, so the level of the seas is rising. This changes the migratory and reproductive patterns of animals. In a few decades, the glaciers could disappear, thus weakening temperature regulation even farther. On the other hand, great desertification destroys the meadow serving as food for large species during their migrations. The drought itself causes frequent forest fires, destroying both habitat and food sources. At the same time, climate change is modifying the cycle of nature and food chains, with which many species are perishing altogether. But not only the temperature is being affected worldwide, there are even more dangerous side effects, such as the change in the acidity of the oceans. Coral reefs are being destroyed. This, together with the temperature change of the oceans, causes many sea creatures to change their habitat. Trying to escape from the heat, they are starting to migrate from the equator, heading towards the poles. This change in temperature can alter the levels of oxygen and nutrients in the water. This is affecting the lives of many species, which depend on temperature conditions, and in turn has started a massive collapse. Complete food chains are being destroyed. In the same way, due to the temperature change in the mainland, plants can be damaged by insects, which would normally stay inactive during the winter, thus ruining the habitat of other species. The change in sea level brings great floods in the lowlands, causing the loss of coastal areas and even some islands. To make things worse, the overexploitation of the forests and jungles is out of control, replacing the native trees with other economically more profitable species, which result in the extinction of animals which depend on the original trees. Increasingly severe weather events are occurring, such as heat waves, hurricanes, and even thunderstorms of unprecedented severity. Transportation of goods and people consumes 50% of the energy obtained by burning fossil fuels. Our everyday life is unthinkable without oil and oil products. At present, the estimated consumption is over 100,000 liters of oil per second. Is there any hope of finding the solution to this problem that is destroying the only home we have, our planet? Have we gone too far to the point of no return? The good news is that it's still time to reverse things. The solution does not mean moving to another planet. That would be too expensive and would take too long. The only truly economic solution is to work together in a crusade for repairing the planet we already have, which still has a usable atmosphere and the animal and mineral infrastructure so everything can be returned to its original design. Although there are many causes of pollution, we could focus on renewable sources we can use in our own homes for the preparation and preservation of food, air conditioning, entertainment, and transportation. Current technology allows us to achieve all this by using a single resource, electricity. With electricity, you can cook, keep frozen food, air conditioning, and even have fun without investing too much money in special equipment. With a small solar power plant, the needs of a home can be met without generating a single gram of contamination. There are low-cost pieces of equipment that can be expanded as needed and when there is money available. You can start with very little money and lower your light bill, gas cost, as well as fuel for your car. The biggest obstacle to implement this plan is the assumptions people have about green energy. We have the obsolete impression that everything related to green energy means a huge investment and decades before you can see any return on your investment. This is not true. Currently, solar power equipment is cheaper than ever. Friendly credit plans, even people with low income can own a green power system to suit the needs of an average household. There are even systems which can be installed a panel at a time, saving on the light bill from the first panel. Even in the case of requiring a loan, it can pay for itself over a period of 2 to 4 years. The power companies themselves can work entirely on green energy, whether wind, solar, or water. Some people even think that using alternative energy is an illegal act. However, at the global level, the use of alternative energy is being promoted throughout fiscal incentives, government financing, and other mechanisms so that anyone who wishes to reduce their fossil fuel consumption can do so with very little money. A domestic solar energy system with a certain degree of energy harvesting can even allow the use of an electric car, with which the use of gasoline, diesel, or automobile gas can be reduced to zero. The advantages are many. You just have to make a decision that will benefit an entire generation. The estimated useful life for a solar energy system is 35 years. By the time this period has elapsed, the prices of the equipment will have gone down even more, and so on. As an investment, it is better than a long-term bank deposit. As a way to save our planet, What we can achieve through green energy is priceless.